Hello, my name is Adam, and I am from Brazil. I graduated from university last year with a degree in business. After graduation, I started looking for a job. I wanted to work in a big company and have a successful career. However, I faced a big problem. My English was not very good. Many job interviews required English skills, and I felt very frustrated because I couldn't communicate well in English. This is my English learning story. Decision to learn English. I decided that I needed to improve my English to get a good job. I knew it would be a long journey, but I was determined. I wanted to become fluent in English so I could have more opportunities in my career. I was nervous and afraid of making mistakes, but I knew I had to start somewhere. Watching movies in English. One day, I decided to watch a movie in English. The movie was about a young boy who wanted to become a magician. He faced many challenges, but he never gave up. Watching this movie helped me in two ways. First, I learned new words and phrases. I wrote down the words I didn't know and looked them up later. Second, I felt inspired to keep trying, just like the boy in the movie. His perseverance motivated me to continue my English learning journey, listening to English songs. I also started listening to English songs every morning while getting ready for the day. I would play a song. At first, I didn't understand all the words, but I enjoyed the music. Slowly, I began to recognize words and understand their meanings. This daily practice helped me a lot. One of my favorite songs was Imagine by John Lennon. The simple lyrics and beautiful melody made it easier for me to understand and learn new words. Reading short stories. Reading short stories was another activity that helped me improve my English. I started with easy books. One of my favorite stories was about a girl who found a magic key that could open any door. The story was exciting and kept me interested. More importantly, I learned many new words. When I found a difficult word, I tried to guess its meaning from the other words around it. This method helped me build my vocabulary. I also wrote down the new words in a notebook and reviewed them regularly. Finding a practice partner. Speaking is a very important part of learning any language. It can be scary to speak in a new language, but it is very helpful. I found a friend who also wanted to practice English. His name was Carlos. We decided to meet once a week and talk only in English. At first it was difficult, and we made many mistakes. We laughed at our mistakes and corrected each other. With time, we became more confident and fluent. These practice sessions were very helpful, and we also became good friends. Writing in English writing is another skill you need to practice. I started by writing simple sentences and short paragraphs. I kept a diary in English and wrote about my day, my feelings, and my plans. I remember writing about a trip to the mountains. It was a simple story, but it helped me practice using new words and sentences. Writing regularly improved my grammar and sentence structure. I also asked Carlos to read my diary entries and give me feedback. This helped me improve even more. Watching TV shows with subtitles. Watching English TV shows can also help you improve your listening and speaking skills. I chose shows with subtitles in English so I could read the words while listening to them. One of my favorite shows was about a group of friends living in a big city. The show was funny and easy to understand. Watching it helped me learn how people speak in everyday situations. I also picked up new phrases and expressions. I would pause the show and repeat the sentences to practice my pronunciation. Joining a language club. Joining an English class or a language club can be very helpful. You will meet other people who are learning English, and you can practice together. I joined a local language club where people from different countries came to practice English. We played games, read stories, and talked about many topics. This was a great way to learn and make new friends. The club organized events and activities that made learning English fun and interactive. Using online resources. Using online resources is another effective way to learn English. There are many websites, apps, and videos that can help you. I found an app that had short lessons on different topics. The app also had quizzes to test my knowledge. Using this app every day helped me improve my English. I could practice anytime and anywhere. The app also had a feature where I could practice speaking by repeating sentences after a native speaker. This helped me improve my pronunciation and fluency. Setting goals. It's important to set goals for your learning. Decide what you want to achieve and make a plan. For example, you can set a goal to learn 5 new words every day, or to read 1 book a month. I set a goal to write a short story in English. I worked on it every day, and after a month I had written my first story in English. Setting goals kept me motivated and focused. I felt proud of my progress, and it encouraged me to keep going. Not being afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes are a natural part of learning. When you make a mistake, you learn something new. I remember the first time I tried to order food in English. I went to a restaurant and tried to order a burger and fries. I made many mistakes, but the person at the restaurant was kind and helped me. Each mistake taught me something new, and I became more confident. I realized that making mistakes is okay, and it's part of the learning process. Surrounding yourself with English. Surround yourself with English as much as possible. Change the language settings on your phone and computer to English. Listen to English radio stations and watch English news. The more you expose yourself to the language, the faster you will learn. I used to listen to an English news channel every morning. It was difficult at first, but I slowly started to understand more and more. This constant exposure helped me improve my listening skills and vocabulary. Talking to yourself in English. One day, I met a woman who spoke English very well. She told me that she learned English by talking to herself. At first, I thought it was strange, but I decided to try it. I started by describing what I was doing in English. For example, I am brushing my teeth, or I am cooking dinner. Talking to myself helped me practice speaking and think in English. It also helped me improve my fluency and confidence. Learning about English-speaking culture. It's also helpful to learn about the culture of English-speaking countries. Understanding the culture can help you understand the language better. I learned about different holidays and traditions in English-speaking countries. For example, I learned about Thanksgiving in the United States and Boxing Day in the United Kingdom. This made learning English more interesting and enjoyable. It also helped me understand the context of many words and phrases. Finding what works best for you. Everyone learns differently, so try different methods and see what helps you the most. Some people learn best by listening, others by reading or writing. I found that a combination of methods worked best for me. I listened to music, read books, wrote stories, and practiced speaking with friends. This variety kept me engaged and made learning English more fun. Practicing grammar and vocabulary. Understanding grammar rules helps you construct sentences correctly. There are many resources available, such as grammar books, online exercises, and apps. I used an app that provided daily grammar lessons and quizzes. Practicing grammar regularly helped me improve my writing and speaking accuracy. I also kept a vocabulary notebook where I wrote down new words and their meanings. Reviewing this notebook regularly helped me remember and use the new words effectively. Immersing yourself in an English-speaking environment. If possible, travel to an English-speaking country. Immersing yourself in an environment where everyone speaks English forces you to use the language in real-life situations. When I had the chance to visit the United States, I made the most of it by talking to locals, asking for directions, and ordering food in restaurants. This experience boosted my confidence and helped me become more fluent. I also made new friends and learned a lot about American culture. Thinking in English, learn to think in English. This might sound difficult, but it's very effective. When you think in your native language and then translate it, it slows you down. Try to think directly in English. Start with simple thoughts like, "It's a sunny day," or "I need to buy groceries." As you get better, your thoughts will become more complex. I started by thinking in English about my daily routine. Over time, it became a natural habit. This practice helped me improve my fluency and think more quickly in English. Using language learning games and activities. There are many games designed to help you learn English in a fun way, such as word puzzles, crosswords, and language apps with interactive games. I enjoyed playing a word-building game on my phone. It was not only entertaining but also helped me learn new words and their spellings. I also played English board games with my language club. These activities made learning English enjoyable and interactive. Finding a mentor or tutor. A mentor can provide personalized feedback and help you focus on areas that need improvement. I had a tutor who corrected my mistakes and gave me valuable advice. This personalized guidance was incredibly helpful. My tutor also encouraged me and kept me motivated. Having someone to guide me made a big difference in my learning journey. Engaging in English immersion days. Dedicate a day where you only use English for all your activities. Speak, read, write, and even think in English for the entire day. I tried this once a week. It was challenging, but very rewarding. Immersion days forced me to use English in different contexts and improved my overall proficiency. I planned activities for the day, such as reading an English book, watching an English movie, and speaking with friends in English. These immersion days significantly boosted my confidence and skills. Creating a study group form. A study group with friends who are also learning English. You can meet regularly to practice speaking, discuss books, watch movies, and help each other with difficult topics. I formed a study group with 3 friends from my language club. We met every Saturday to practice English. It was a great way to learn together and support each other. We shared resources, gave each other feedback, and motivated each other to keep learning. Using social media to connect with English speakers. Follow English language pages, join groups, and participate in discussions on social media. This exposes you to everyday language use and keeps you engaged. I followed a few popular English-speaking YouTubers and joined a Facebook group for English learners. The constant interaction and exposure to new content helped me stay motivated. I also made friends from different countries and practiced English with them. Listening to English audiobooks. Audiobooks are a great way to improve your listening skills and enjoy stories. Choose books that interest you and listen to them during your free time. I listened to an audiobook of my favorite novel while commuting. It made my travel time enjoyable and helped me improve my listening comprehension. I also learned new words and phrases from the story. Keeping a vocabulary notebook. Write down new words and phrases along with their meanings and example sentences. Review this notebook regularly to reinforce your learning. I kept a small notebook where I jotted down interesting words I came across. Reviewing it every week helped me remember and use those words effectively. This practice helped me build a strong vocabulary and improved my overall language skills. Attending English workshops and seminars. Many communities and online platforms offer workshops on different aspects of the English language, such as pronunciation, writing, and public speaking. I attended a pronunciation workshop once. It was very helpful in correcting my accent and improving my speaking clarity. The workshop was interactive, and I received personalized feedback from the instructor. Practicing shadowing. Shadowing is a technique where you listen to a sentence in English and then immediately repeat it. This helps with pronunciation, intonation, and fluency. I used to practice shadowing with English news broadcasts. It was challenging, but improved my speaking skills significantly. I also shadowed dialogues from movies and TV shows. This practice helped me mimic the natural flow of the language. Celebrating progress. Learning a new language is a marathon, not a sprint. Enjoy the process and celebrate your progress along the way. Whenever I reached a milestone, such as completing a book or having a conversation without any major mistakes, I celebrated. Celebrating progress kept me motivated and reminded me of how far I had come. Learning English has been a challenging but rewarding journey. From watching movies and listening to songs to reading books and practicing speaking, every step has brought me closer to my goal. I have made many mistakes along the way, but each mistake has taught me something new. With dedication, practice, and a positive attitude, I have improved my English skills and gained confidence. My journey is not over yet, but I am excited to continue learning and growing. Chapter 2: Struggling at Work and Finding Motivation. After learning the basics of English, I got a job in a good company. The CEO was a friend of my uncle, so he helped me get the job. I was very happy and excited to start my new job. I thought my English was good enough, but I soon realized that I was wrong. Facing challenges at work. On my first day at work, I was very nervous. I met many colleagues, but I struggled to communicate with them. My vocabulary was limited, and I wasn't fluent. I often felt embarrassed because I couldn't express my thoughts clearly during meetings. I had a hard time understanding everything, and I was afraid to speak up. My colleagues were kind, but I felt they sometimes got frustrated when I couldn't follow the conversation. Meeting Sarah. One day, while I was having lunch in the company cafeteria, I saw a girl who caught my eye. Her name was Sarah. She was beautiful and seemed very confident. Her communication skills were excellent, and she spoke English fluently. I was instantly attracted to her. I wanted to talk to her, but I felt too shy and insecure about my English. Struggling to communicate. Every time I tried to talk to Sarah, I felt nervous and my words got mixed up. I couldn't express myself the way I wanted. I felt embarrassed and frustrated. I realized that my English needed a lot of improvement if I wanted to have a proper conversation with her. This made me even more determined to improve my English skills. Finding motivation. Sarah became my motivation to learn and practice more. I wanted to be able to talk to her confidently and convey my feelings. I started to work harder on my English. I practiced speaking every day, listened to English podcasts, and read English books. I also watched English movies and TV shows with subtitles to improve my listening skills. Practicing with colleagues. I decided to practice more with my colleagues. I joined them for coffee breaks and lunch. Even though it was difficult at first, I forced myself to speak in English, even if I made mistakes. My colleagues were supportive and helped me correct my errors. Slowly, I started to feel more comfortable speaking with them. Progress and confidence. With each passing day, my English improved. I learned new words and phrases, and my fluency got better. I started to participate more in meetings and share my ideas. My confidence grew, and I felt less embarrassed. I also noticed that my colleagues appreciated my efforts and were more willing to help me. Connecting with Sarah. One day, I gathered the courage to talk to Sarah during lunch. I started with a simple greeting and asked her about her day. To my surprise, she was very friendly and approachable. We talked about our work, hobbies, and favorite movies. Even though I made some mistakes, Sarah was patient and encouraging. This boosted my confidence even more. Realizing mutual interest. As we talked more, I realized that Sarah was also interested in me. She told me that she admired my dedication to improving my English and that she found it inspiring. She said that she enjoyed talking to me and that she appreciated my efforts to communicate with her. This made me very happy and motivated me to keep working on my English. Continuing the journey. Sarah and I started spending more time together. We went out for coffee, watched movies, and practiced English together. She helped me with my pronunciation and taught me new words and phrases. I felt more comfortable and confident speaking English around her. A new beginning. My journey to improve my English was not easy, but it was worth it. With Sarah's support and my determination, I became more fluent and confident. I was able to express my thoughts and feelings more clearly. I realized that learning a language is not just about studying. It's about practicing, making mistakes, and learning from them. Through my struggles at work and my motivation to communicate with Sarah, I learned that persistence and practice are key to improving any skill. My English improved, and I was able to connect with my colleagues and Sarah better. This experience taught me that with the right motivation and support, anything is possible. My journey continues. My journey continues, and I look forward to improving my English even more and achieving my goals. Through my struggles at work and my motivation to communicate with Sarah, I learned that persistence and practice are key to improving any skill. My English improved, allowing me to connect better with my colleagues and especially with Sarah, who had become a significant part of my life. Our conversations deepened our bond, and I cherished every moment we spent together. From discussing our favorite books to sharing our dreams, this experience taught me that with the right motivation and support, anything is possible. Looking ahead. I am proud of my progress and excited about the future. Every day I remind myself that each small step brings me closer to my goal. I will keep practicing, stay motivated, and enjoy the process. With each new word I learn and each sentence I speak, I am making progress. Sarah and I continue to grow closer, supporting each other in our personal and professional growth. Her encouragement and belief in me have been invaluable, and I feel a deep sense of gratitude and love for her. We face challenges together, celebrate victories, and dream of a future filled with shared adventures. I hope my story inspires others to keep learning and practicing English. Remember, learning a language is a journey, and every step you take brings you closer to your goal. Keep going, stay positive, and you will see remarkable improvement.